What up, good people, man? Happy Friday. It's 10X, man. Just tapping in with the Academy. I want to hear from y'all on this topic right here, spanking. Um, Yay, nay, is it an effective form of discipline? Hey, I want tap in. I want to hear some thoughts from the fellow scholars, from the philosophers, from the deliverers of wise counsel, from those with the quotidian practice of pragmatic thought on things, those with the experience in raising children. I would love to hear some of you guys' views on this. I'm gonna tell you, for me personally, you know, as the best Southside philosopher to ever exist, I definitely have a certain deference towards understanding and truth, and I don't see like where spanking assists in that. I think it's and I think it kind of frames a confusing message, because at the end of the day, regardless of what a child does, with the exception of a child like placing themselves directly in harm. Okay, if your kid's about to stick a fork in the plug and you hit his hand, stop that. Understandable. But hey, if your seventh grade son was misbehaving in class and teacher called and you came to pick him up, I don't see how assaulting him made the situation better. Like, I don't see how, like, you as an adult presiding over him, who should know this person better than anybody else. I just think that, like, that's a very low level practice, to raise and garner somebody who you want to be a complete, whole, healthy, happy, individual. I don't understand, like, I don't understand the pride that we take in it, as far as, like, as if, like, our conduct is morally superior to other ethnicities, and I'm not, I don't, trust me, I know that us, Negroes have had a one-of-one journey, but we start standing on spanking like it's been this great thing, but we don't talk about things like the lack of conflict resolution in the community. We don't talk about things like the propensity to violence in the hood. Maybe if every time since I've been a child, when there's an infraction or something happens, I gotta pay for it. My mama gotta get it back in blood. Then I'm learning that, hey, if somebody disrespect or something, then I inflict my discipline by getting it back in blood. There's a lot of messages around that. One of the things that I would never want to do is, if I was the father of a little girl, I would never want to give my little girl like actual spankings, like, because what if she misinterprets that message as, this is what a man who loves me does when he cares about me? Because kids misinterpret things all the time. And it would break my heart to have a daughter sitting in front of a therapist or something like that, and the therapist asked my daughter, well, when was the first time a man put his hands on you? And her answer be me. That would break me. So for that reason, and I just take too much. I take pride in my ability to communicate. I take pride in my ability to convey a message, even to kids. I've had real straight up man-to-man talks with like 8 and 9-year-olds before, and because I treated them like young men, they understood where I was coming from. And I will say this, my father was a martial artist, so my father never put his hands on me. My mother, she comes from New Orleans. She engaged in a practice I didn't appreciate it, and I basically just, it's kind of explicit what I told my mother, but I just kind of laid it down like this isn't gonna continue happening. And I did that at like 12 years old. It's one of those things where I don't think there's anything that mischievous that spankings influenced me to not do. And you know, it's just a lot on a spiritual level. You know, a lot of times when you spank someone and then you're speaking to them too, you're affirming. So, you know, and the way women whoop, they don't whoop like, you know, guys, hey, man, I told you move that. I told you 5 licks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Women, a lot of times women, they're affirming. Like, I told, yo, try, then. That's actually spell casting, you know. And I'll close with this. The highest level of love, especially when you're dealing with like young black men, is to love a young boy so greatly that you disappointing him is discipline. There's no whooping I ever got. There's no disciplining that I ever got that could compare to the time when I was in Detroit, sitting next to my grandfather, telling him how I was going to get rich and telling him how I'm going to buy a car, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to have that, I'm going to have that. And I've only seen my grandfather mad once. And then all of a sudden, he said, and you didn't say anything about your family. Broke down, cried, and ran out the room. Because I had disappointed a man who had loved me so greatly that the fact that I disappointed him broke me down in a way that a physical assault never could. You know, so to me, that's the greatest form of discipline. But love to hear you guys' thoughts, man. Rob J 10X.